All right, y'all, I'm back. This is the money backwoods Tallahatchie River where they found young 14 Emmett Till's body decomposing, shot once in the head. He had a barbed wire around his neck with a 75-pound fan tied to it so it could bring him to the bottom of the river. Let's get back to the story of what actually happened. After Emmett Till made a pass, allegedly, which many said he didn't do, at Bryant's wife. Okay, this is the house where young Emmett Till's uncle stayed at. And Bryant and his half-brother, J.W. Milam, came there one night with a bunch of people. But them two went in the house, and they said, "Where that boy from Chicago at?" They went from room to room. The boys that had nothing to do with it, they told them to go back to bed. The whole house was terrified. They had a flashlight and a gun, and they found Emmett Till. And they said, "You come outside with us right now." And when he took his time, they basically dragged him outside. And his wife was sitting in the car. And they asked her, they said, "Is this the boy that did that to you?" Because she claimed he grabbed her around the waist and all that. She said, "Yeah." They put Emmett Till in the car and they drove off with him. Witnesses said they seen him hitting him with the gun as they was driving off. They was already striking him when they had him in the car. Incredibly, this is still the shed. The shed still stands today. Like it's like a tour site or something. People go tour, they see the shed. This is where they took Emmett Till at. This is where they took Emmett Till, where they would beat the young man and torture him. Once they got him inside, they beat and they tortured this young man here. They beat him and they tortured him. They did everything they could before killing him and tying that 75-pound fan on his neck. After tying that 75-pound fan to his neck and tying the barbed wire to his neck, after they gouged his eyes out, cut his genitalia off, and shot him once in the head, they threw the young man to the bottom of the river. Parental discretion is advised in this here. Good Lord. A witness was walking by and heard the beating while it was being administered to this young man. We're going to get to that. This is Emmett Till's body after they disfigured him so bad. When his mother identified his body, when his uncle identified him first, they couldn't even identify the young man, only from the ring that his father left him, that his father gave to him. That's the only way they could identify this young man here. That was the only way, the ring on his finger. When his mother came down and identified him, she looked at his body starting from his toe up to his head. And when she looked at his face, and when she seen his head, the bullet hole that they shot through, she said she could see daylight on the other side of his head. When she looked through the hole, she could see light. So the bullet must have been straight through, so she could look through his head and see light on the other side. Now, I just have to ask a question. What mother deserves her son to be returned to her like this? A good mother. If you look on the upper right side, looks like what appears to be a hole right there. You can see the bullet hole in the young man's head. And it went out on the other side of his head. Like I said, his mother could look through his head and see light on the other side of his head. That's how they returned her son to her. They wanted to have a closed casket for him, but his mother refused. His mother said she wanted everybody to know what was done to her son. They was going to even bury him down there in Mississippi to hide whatever evidence that they possibly could. His mother went down there and got her son and brought her son back to Chicago, brought her son home, and they had the funeral in Chicago, open casket. She wanted everybody to know what was done to her son and what needs to stop. Emmett Till's death sparked the civil rights movement. Basically, that's how it all began. As I said before, and I say it again, this was a handsome young man right here. But as I said before, and I say it again, no good mother deserves this. No mother deserves this. And she was a good mother. She was a very educated person, and she raised her son. His father was killed. I'm gonna do something on his father after I'm finished with this here. We're gonna get to him, but she didn't deserve this. Yes, they came out. Chicago came and they supported this young man here. They supported him wholeheartedly. They came out. Chicago definitely showed out in support of Emmett Till after he was brought back home. I'll be back with part 3. Rest in peace, Emmett Till. I want the new generation to know who you are. The movie is gonna come out soon. You deserve to be known. May God bless you. Part 3 will be out faster than part 2 did. This is the Northfather. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button so you know when the next video is out. Hit that like button. Peace.